Hi, my name is David Edgerson, and today I want to talk to you about NWEA's MAP growth system. Let me direct your attention to the slides where we look at an overview of MAP growth. What is MAP, you ask? MAP stands for Measures of Academic Progress. MAP growth reveals how much growth a student has occurred between testing events. And then MAP growth also allows educators to track growth throughout the school year and over multiple years. MAP growth, they do this by providing interim assessments for growth, and students are tested on grade level, so there's no competing with different grade levels. The assessments are aligned with state standards as well as Common Core standards. Also, in the event that we have a school shutdown, remote testing is available as well. Let's talk about adaptive assessments. NWEA attempts to measure each student's command of grade level standards and academic growth. They do this by a design that is measured to each examinee based on his or her own proficiency. The advantages of this process are that the assessment is individually paced. Students no longer have to compete with their peers. They're only in a race with themselves. They're only in competition with themselves. Another advantage is increased security, because no two items are going to be exactly the same at the same time, since students are taking the test individually. Another advantage is there's less time testing and scores are available immediately. That helps teachers and school leaders to inform the instruction going forward. Now let's talk about the RIT score. NWEA's RIT scale stands for the RASH Unit Scale, and it is a unit scale that is it's available in each core content area. In short, the RIT scale is an achievement scale. It has a high reliability and validity of accuracy, and it is an equal interval scale, meaning that the difference between scores are the same no matter if the students tested are at the top, middle, or bottom. And then the scores are stable. And what that simply means that there can be a comparison of scores if they're between a set of students if the scores are on the same scale, or there's a comparison between scores of the same students who may test at different times. So those are the advantages of the RIT scale system. Now let's talk about zone of proximal development. Zone of proximal development, or ZPD, is the difference between what a student can do independently and what they can do with targeted assisting or scaffolding. I like to compare it to that sweet spot. For those of you who golf, you all know there's a sweet spot on the club when you hit the ball and it just goes soaring in the air. Well, there's a sweet spot in instruction where the instruction is not too difficult or not too easy. There's a sweet middle ground where the student learns just so. And in that sweet spot, the benefits that are included are it identifies strengths and weaknesses of students. Teachers are better able to understand their students as individual learners. Administrators can promote higher quality, differentiated learning, and it unveils unique thought processes among students that would not otherwise be revealed. So that ZPD, or zone of proximal development, is a very important concept that NWEA uses in its assessment toolbox. Let's talk about normative data. We all know the value of norm data, and let's talk about the fact that NWEA uses anonymous assessment data from over 11 million students to create a national norms. These norms allow educators to make predictions about what is typical and what is atypical. Norming studies are conducted frequently every few years. This ensures that comparisons reflect current standards and demographics. It's important to know what the norms are as separate from a criterion reference test. Let's move on. And at this time, I want to open it up for questions or discussions on any part of this topic. If you would like to contact me, again, my name is David Edgerson, and I can be reached at my email, which is dedgerson@gmail.com, or you can call me directly at 832-264-7364. I want to thank you for your time and attention to this presentation.